What's going on, everyone? Moose here, Airguns of Michigan, and today we're going to continue our prepping video with something that actually a friend of mine and I were talking about, and that was having the ability to purchase things if certain things happen. So let's just say hypothetically that power is out, internet is out, something along those lines. You have to have a way of purchasing things from your local stores. Local stores might have emergency generators for, freezers, things like that. But you have to be prepared for the fact that they may not be able to take debit cards, credit cards, or the like. Doesn't necessarily mean that they won't, but, having the ability to pay for things or barter for things is essential, in my opinion. Having some cash around the house, a couple $100, maybe $1,000, and, not necessarily in large bills, but, in smaller denominations, ones, fives, tens, things like that, where you can almost pay exact change. There may even be, like a change shortage, and if I was at the grocery store picking up emergency supplies, things like that, and let's just say hypothetically my bill came to $52.88 or whatever, I have no problem giving $52 or $53 to the cashier. So having some kind of currency. Another great example is silver coins, things like that. And silver is, a good bartering tool. These are silver dollars, and they're not. You can find them. You can find them from a lot of times pawn shops or maybe even banks. I'm not really sure. I've collected them over the years and just, had a few laying around. So silver, gold, precious metals, things like that. And no, not your wedding bands. Keep your wedding bands. But, having silver laying around, in my opinion, silver or gold. Gold's a little bit harder to barter with unless you're dealing in larger denominations, just because of the cost of gold. An ounce of gold, I'm not even sure what it goes for on today's date, but it'd be awful hard to have an ounce of gold or half an ounce of gold and need to purchase $100 worth of stuff. Because it's just not, how do you make that change? So silver's a little bit easier just because the dollar figures are a little bit lower. But and like I said, having something to barter with, you may find that in a prepping situation that, maybe your neighbor has chickens and, and maybe you have flour that they need, or rice, or, some other part of food that you can use to either get a chicken or eggs or the lot. But just being prepared to be able to barter, with tangible items that you can utilize is a great way to be able to stay self-sustained. So like I said, there's all kinds of different stuff, different ways, different denominations of coins or things of that nature. And this is assuming that we're dealing with a natural disaster, not a, money is no longer valuable kind of situation. So, but being prepared for money is no longer tangible. I personally, I don't necessarily see that as something that we need to focus on real super heavily at this point. That could change. So, like I said, having silver laying around, silver chain, silver, coins, silver, whatever, gold as well, like I said, platinum, those things are always going to hold their values. Don't go out and trade off your wife's wedding band or diamond. Just don't. But you know, and there's other things that you can do. You know, one thing I would say is never barter ammunition. Never. You know, it's number one, you don't need people knowing that you have ammunition, but on top of that, that ammunition is better suited for you to keep. You know, unless it's a absolute super dire end of the world, you know this person, you know, maybe you can swap, you know, a couple of rounds for something, but I would never consider ammunition swapping. If you're into air guns and you know somebody else that is, you know, maybe a tin of pellets, you know, something like that to barter or something along those lines. But, you know, overall, just not a real great idea. So we are going to continue this series, and once I'm done with this video, I am going to be talking to you guys more about utilizing air guns and the land that you already possess. So, and this is only going to be for a certain group of people, but it's something that that I talk highly or a lot about, and hopefully you guys will you know, catch on. So, till next time, I'm Moose. This is Airguns of Michigan. Be good to each other, and God bless.